Okay, so
All right. Are we live?
I think it's redirecting. Yes, we are right. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, I think we have the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so uh okay, instead of trying to fix it. Yeah. Okay, I just stopped it. Oh man. We're gonna have to do something. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. I wonder why it's
Did you try? Does it show you the stream on your browser?
um okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna share a screen for you. So this meeting is being live streamed. Okay.
Yeah. What if you try sliding the volume on mute on the browser?
On the YouTube here,
Yeah.
and we just talk and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And I stopped it. Does it matter? It doesn't probably matter, right? Okay. I wonder if I can cut it out then. But we are live
We
and
can.
it's
Are we
yeah,
live?
I think we are live and people are hearing that we are having a problem. So I think we should just go and have a chat. Oh, but I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay. Yes. And that's funny. Okay, when it's the first time you're doing it. So, well, welcome everybody. I'm here with beautiful Rosa Heart, with embodiment voice coach from Finland. And Rosa is also an artist, and she participated in the Voice of Finland this year, right? So I would say that was quite an experience, right? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you can tell us all about it. But what we want to talk about, it's your zone of genius. And when I was talking to Rosa, we actually found out that we have very similar values when it comes to running a business, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Rosa, what is really important to you? You know, I know you are an embodiment coach, right? A voice embodiment coach. So, why is that so important to you?
Mm. Well, I think embodiment is a really efficient and powerful way to get connected with, like, with who you really are. Like, in terms of your voice, um like finding the courage and the confidence to like bring your like full self out on stage and to like have that capacity to go on stage and like show people what you really have inside of you. And then the like embodiment and somatics, it's kind of like how we do it in my world with voice and singing.
With voice and singing. And when you say somatics, what exactly do you mean by that? Because I know some people won't understand what is it?
Well, somatics is basically working with the body and the subconscious. Um, it's like seeing the body as a whole, like your body having intelligence, your body having memories, and we are working with the wisdom of the body, like as a whole, intentionally. That's maybe the best way I can articulate it. It's a really soma is like it's a really old word. I think it comes like from Latin or like like ancient Rome or like ancient Greece. Like they saw the body as like this whole like your soul and your mind and your body. It's like everything is like one, and your body is not just like this mechanic thing, but it's like you're
Mm,
kind of like working with the body as a whole.
okay.
I hope
Okay.
that answers questions like for anyone who is like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of like you probably come true as your real self? Because, in life, we kind of like when we go through life, we kind of pick up some beliefs that are not ours. Maybe we try to live our life not in the way we would like to, but maybe society, friends, family, like lay the path for us. And we don't even know that some beliefs aren't even ours, right?
Mm.
Okay, but when you are kind of like being true to yourself, connected to yourself, like you flow differently.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it's it's funny because our body kind of like carries all of these roles that we have learned to, interact with the world with. Like, who are we with our family and who are we with our friends? And we just like all of us like carry like some level of like social masks and like conditioning that is like hindering us like in certain places like from fully expressing ourselves. And I think it's something that like can be seen like both in like singing and artistic expression and business.
Mm, yes. And we had a chat about that before, right? Because you said you have a lot of clients who are running a business or they have like side hustles, as you say. And you see people who are stuck, they actually afraid to express themselves, right? Or they are not being
Yeah.
true self, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can totally see that. Like for many business owners, it's like kind of like, okay, like I want more clients or I want to grow my business. But it's like there is something about being seen and expressing themselves. And for many, like if you have like an online business, like you're often in front of the camera, and like how are you really able to like express yourself? Because like something that happens with singing is like it makes you more magnetic because it's like your natural energy is just like coming out more, and like the sort of like, how would I say, like the flow of your own expression and like your honesty, like what you really think, like what are your real opinions about things, like who are you uniquely as a business owner, like this is like, kind of like what we um came into like together, that is like important to us both, like being true to yourself, like in what you are doing. um but like I see like voice and singing like kind of like as a as a really powerful part of that, like in connecting like with that truth inside of you, but also like being able to express it and have the capacity to be seen in it, because that's often the tricky part. Is like I have these clients where they are so like unique. They have a lot of medicine. They are really gifted, but then it's the piece around being seen. Like the body is like, oh
Mm.
my god! Like it's kind. How I often describe it, it's kind of like you have a voice inside of you, but when it comes to the moment, it's almost like your body will not do the thing that you really wanted to do, and that's the piece around like the nervous system and somatic work, is like teaching your body the capacity to like be seen in your voice, so people can kind of like experience who you are and like, feel into like who you really are.
And do you think when people kind of like start singing and they become magnetic, you say, then they are more open to show who they are even after
Mm-hmm.
they do that? Wow. So it's one
Yeah.
way. So it's one way to bring you true, like even if you are maybe subconsciously are not aware who you truly are, is it?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I'll give you an example. Like when I started performing like as an artist, like my own songs, like when I was a teenager and a child, I was really shy when I went to school. Like I was so afraid of people, like, other kids my age, and I was like socially really reserved. I found it really difficult to use my voice like in social connections, that I felt like, kind of like bottled up, like that there was so much energy inside of me and I could not express it. But when I started singing and then going on to the stage, like every single time that I would go on the stage and I would sing, it's like I felt so like big and like expansive after that. And I one of my friends who like we used to do like like photo shoots together that she would like take pictures of me. And she was like, okay, like I will not take pictures of you like before you go on stage because like, your energy is so closed. She was like, we're going to do pictures like after you sing because like your energy is so open. And like
Okay.
your whole like presence is so much more open. And like obviously that has like evolved, but that is really something that happens. It's like it liberates something like inside of us. It's almost hard to explain. It's somehow indescribable, but I'm sure everyone has had that experience of like either in singing or maybe theater or like some kind of like when you're going up to the stage, like it liberates something inside of you and just you feel like so expanded
Mm.
after that.
It sounds a bit, what you're talking about. It's the stage of flow.
Mm-hmm.
When we do something that we love, because a lot of the time I teach my clients, to get into the stage of flow, because when you're in a stage of flow, it's so easy just to kind of keep going, going and going, right? Okay. And in one of my programs, I teach, how to choose a strategy you love, because then you don't need to push yourself. You don't need any willpower. Because you love what you do, you don't even see how 8 hours pass by. Okay, so what you're talking is very similar, like to the state of flow, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I've I find it very interesting that you say that you open up. It's like your friend telling you that I'm not gonna take pictures before you go on stage. Like, and
Yeah.
so I'm actually curious, your business clients, the ones that you love to sing, okay, once they open up, are they kind of going more into like, are they enjoying their business more, maybe running their business and stuff?
Well, they definitely like showing up differently. And it's like
Mm.
you can like intentionally use it, like kind of like create that state of flow and like find that like energy. That is also something that I do. Like whenever I have those days when I feel a lot of doubt or I feel like there's a lot of like I would personally call it energy, but you can also like say that there is like a lot of fear in my body. That's always the day when I'm like, okay, now I have to sing some rock music. Like, I'm like, I know I have to get into the state where I can turn that fear into fire, like, or turn that fear into
Mhm.
confidence. Because in the end, that's like, I very much believe that it is like your body is kind of like giving you that energy, but it's like you can intentionally use that like both to like amplify your courage and your confidence. Like I don't know whether you are going on a live or you have a sales call or like whatever it is, but it's also like kind of creating that momentum for yourself when you where you are also taking those like stretchy actions, like the edgy things that are like, oh, I really want to do this in my business, but I'm a little bit uncertain. Like I see this a lot in my clients. And then
Mm.
it's like, okay, like we can use singing and your voice like as like a tool to like get that
Mhm.
momentum to like get into action. It's not, it doesn't mean that it's not scary or that it's not
Yeah.
like stretchy to do those things, but it's like you can almost like step into the version of yourself who it kind of like is the rock star in your business, if you know
Okay.
what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds really familiar. I think as
Mhm.
we grow up, we are told to suppress our emotions. So what you're talking about, it's kind of like next level. Nobody's really doing it unless you're doing personal growth, and personal development, because when we were growing up, we were not allowed to express ourselves. Okay. And then what happens? We store a lot of
Mm.
emotions in our body. And it's actually, this is where, in a way, we're a bit similar, like, unless you get rid of all those things that are holding you back. That quote by Rumi, you don't need to seek love, okay, but you need to destroy everything within you that is holding you back from love. So
Mm.
it's either love, it's either like business adventure, or, even like singing. Okay. So I do believe we need to get rid of, shame, guilt, like all those lower emotions. Or what I see a lot in entrepreneurs, and I've done it myself. I can raise my hand. I was trying to prove myself
Mm.
with my first business, because we start running a business because we want to prove ourselves. But then we become angry, like we take on a lot of like anxiety and stuff like that. And we don't really enjoy that. And the business is very difficult. Running a business is very difficult. But if you actually, release all that, then you can start enjoying running a business. Okay. And then you choose your strategies and you're just happy because every single, like small or local business owner who started their business, they have this really big vision, 10, 20 years ago, and they are so passionate about it. Okay.
Mm.
But sometimes life gets, to you, like, and, we get hurt. Okay. Maybe someone betrays us. Okay. And we kind
Mm.
of close off, right? We close our heart.
Yeah.
So what I love doing, and, that's why I wanted to talk to you, because you are like the embodiment of that of that person who's just like so, how do I say it? So alive, like, and I love you. I love your story, like, I think you were telling me before why, when we had a chat, like, why are you doing it? Because you said, I want to show that you can be that big girl. You don't need to be that small, suppressed woman, like, and stuff. And singing
Yeah.
helps you liberate that, isn't it?
Yeah. 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 It has somehow like become like a really big part of my, I don't know, mission. Like that's a really big word, but it has become a really big part of my journey. It's like liberating that like good girl programming that is like, oh, I need to be really nice and I need to be really small and I need to be,
Mhm.
silent and like I must not step on anybody's toes and I shouldn't take too much space and like it's very like it's very connected to this like ancestral wound. Like you could call it the witch wound, but it's basically,
Mm.
kind of like the very primal fear that we have around like using our voice and being powerful, especially as women. Like I feel like this is like it's very specific to women and like the female body and the female nervous system. And it's like even in the singing world, it's like, like being a soprano that sings really high and it's beautiful, like that is something that is so idolized, but it's much more edgier to like find the voice inside of you, like as a woman who is more like the dragon, who is more primal, who is more guttural. It's like there's more fire. That is like, I don't know, 10 times out of 11 it is much more like on a body level it feels scary. So like a big part of what I do is like kind of like um using the embodiment work so that women can step into that big woman energy like in
Mm.
their voice and like on the stage. So like you're kind of like not trapped into that box of the good girl, which can like it can feel very like tangible. It's not only like in our heads. It's like something that can happen so automatically that you are just like doing life and all of a sudden it's like I just have to be small. It's like your body just like
Mm.
won't be louder. I sometimes call it the like zipper effect. I don't know if you've ever had this like um that like if you're on your own or with somebody who you feel really comfortable with and it's really
Mhm.
easy to talk to them, or like in singing it's really easy, like if I'm alone at home and I'm singing in the mirror and it's really easy to find like my big voice and I'm so like free and everything, but then you have like a few people, you have like five strangers who are watching you, or for some people it's family members, and all of a sudden like it like everything
Mm.
goes into this like tight mode and your voice feels really tight and you're like, I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to say. Like that's kind of like the zipper effect. It's like almost like not being able to like land fully in the body. So that's like what like tangibly like what it means to like embody your big woman energy on stage. It's like you're able to like really be in your body and like sing with that and like express with that big energy. It's not about, you know, like I have to be like big, but it's more like kind of like the size of your aura.
It's being yourself, isn't it? And
Yeah.
and I think I can really relate to that, because we have fear of judgment. And sometimes even people who are the closest of us, their opinion matters the most to us, isn't it? And
Mm,
like we are afraid to be judged and like what people will think. It's like funny enough, like I had this client who was an NLP coach, and she's very famous in her field, and she's very well established for the last 25 years and stuff. And when we made like a program how she is gonna get clients for to sell her program, and one of the things was video marketing, she was just like so constricted, she couldn't produce videos for a month, like, and every week there was a different excuse, like, oh, people will judge me, like, oh, my hair is not
mm,
done, or like, so it's a bit like for some reason we are afraid to show up, right? and
mm,
and sometimes even playing small is more, it's not more important, and I don't know if it's safe. It's like I just went through this myself, like one day I just allowed myself to dream and I decided I want a boat. And then like I looked at the boats, I found this really cool boat and stuff like that. And then 24 hours passed and I'm like, but what will people think if I get it? And it's like,
mm.
and it's stupid. And a lot of the time we care about the opinion of people that I wouldn't even want to take on that boat. That makes sense, like, but for some reason we are like those people that I don't know, like it's we really need to get over ourselves, like to get that smallness, as you say, like that small girl, like for a woman. And a man has like a lot of different responsibilities. And
Mm.
we as women, we probably think that we are being judged a lot. But I think being a man at the moment is very difficult because there are so many
Yeah.
expectations in a society, coming at you. And probably neither me or you can speak for that. But um, what is the saying? Like we think that everyone is looking at us and everyone is judging, but everybody is so busy being in their own head that they don't have time to
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think we really need more people like you, like who helps people to come true, like, and
Mm.
discover their voice. And and do you do singing lessons?
Well, kind
What
of.
what do you teach? What exactly do you teach? Kind of,
um,
embodiment voice coach.
well, I would say, well, one of the ways that I describe it, it's like embodied singing. But I would
Okay.
say that it's not like traditional singing lessons because I really
Mm.
like I bring together like singing and somatics, and often a lot of the work that we do with my clients is like liberating kind of like what is in their body, like liberating the beliefs that
Mm.
live in their body. So this could be like, for example, that there lives this like very strong energy of apologizing in their bodies, or
Oh,
like people
wow.
pleasing. Yeah. And it's like something that it's kind of like going to the root of like what's like actually like on the foundation like of your voice and your expression. Is like we can do all of the like la 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 la, like, you know, kind of like the technical work. I don't really like do a lot of scales with my clients.
Okay.
um but kind of like changing that like in the body and like liberating, like whether it's, you know, that energy of apologizing or people pleasing, it has a massive impact on the voice because it impacts the nervous system. And it's like the nervous system, like in the end, is our instrument. I like to think of the body kind of like as a frequency instrument. It's like our
Mm.
body is like, it's constantly processing and feeling and sensing and holding so much information that is like beyond like logic and like what we are rationally thinking. And it's like there might be this way that your body is like really, really subtly like shrinking or freezing, or like
Mm,
maybe like your shoulders are kind of like coming in, and you're not able to like fully like speak like from your pelvis and your gut.
mm-hmm,
But when we kind of like liberate the character of the apology or the people pleaser, it changes their whole being. So that is like one example of like the things that I do with my clients. It is an ecosystem of a few things, um, but very much like going into the root.
okay. Wow. So you're kind of like getting rid of limited beliefs, through.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't really understand that in the beginning, but now, okay. Wow. That's brilliant. Okay. So if you
Yeah.
love music, okay, and you want to get rid of some limited beliefs, like, okay, Rosa is your girl. I'm gonna
Yeah.
link your socials, like in the end, in the description. So where can people find
Mm.
you? Where can people find you?
Instagram, Rosa
Okay.
Heart Music. That's maybe the
Yeah.
best place. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will. Okay. And I want to ask you one question, maybe before we wrap this up. It was really cool talking about. So what is your vision? What is your vision? What is your mission? You kind of touched a bit on mission, but you know, why do you do what you do?
Big question. Huh. I think it comes I think it comes to the piece around um like feminine liberation. Like it's not necessarily
Mm,
something that I like speak so like forwardly with, but I see it as like a really important thing, like just like in terms of the world. Like I very much believe that we need women who are not scared to use their
mm,
voices. Like it doesn't matter whether they are singers or if they even want to be singers, because I think like for the girls that are growing up right now and like for the next generations, like we need examples of women who are not afraid to speak up, who can actually defend themselves and their families and like their values, and like we need it. It's kind of like when we are doing that, it's like everyone is like clearing this collective trauma around being
mm.
seen and using their voice. So that is like maybe the big like overarching why that like also can get me sometimes really mad. And also like on a personal level, I feel like I I desire to do this work because I feel more free when I do it.
Mm.
It's like it gives me so much energy and it gives me so much life that I also want to do it like from like personal reasons too.
Mhm.
So
And probably your clients feel the same way, isn't it? Because
hmm,
you are, yeah. And we didn't touch on you participated in Voice of Finland this year, right?
yeah.
Okay. So did that uncover more things for you? What, because that was very
Hmm.
brave, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely like a next level initiation to being seen, because well, you're going on TV. It's pretty exposing.
yeah. So it was a bit of stepping out from your comfort zone, isn't it? But uh,
Yeah.
but uh, but you're glad you did it, isn't it?
Hmm. Yeah, totally. It's a good
Yeah.
experience.
Okay. Well, look, thanks for being on my channel. Okay. It was expromptu. We couldn't get it going, and probably the beginning is a bit but it was the first time we were doing, live. Now we'll know it. Well, it was very nice having you, and keep going. I love your mission. I love what you do. I never heard anyone helping people get rid of their limited beliefs, through their voice,
Mm.
through singing. So, like I said before, I'm gonna link Rosa's socials so you can get in touch if you want to. So, thanks for being there, and I will see you again.
Yay.